PlayStation 4 tutorial series. Today we're going to be doing Bank Heist Stealth on the Death Sentence 1 down difficulty. I always do gold for Bank Heist because it's the most profitable type of Bank Heist you can do. You can do Bank Heist money, you can do Bank Heist just deposit boxes, but gold is always the most profitable, so might as well. My loadout is very different today. Because of this specific mission and wanting to get everything out in a little more of a speedy fashion, I am taking the saw with me, which also increases my concealment from 3 to 20, you'll see at the bottom of the screen. I do have my usual judge, and for equipment, ECM jammers I'm taking for my primary, because I'm going to need to use one, at least one, to get everybody in the front of the bank down on the ground, and I'll hopefully be able to use one to get one of the ATMs open as well. That would be great. And then I'm taking an ammo bag as secondary, just as ammo for the saw, so that I can basically saw open every deposit box without having to lockpick each one. As far as pre-planning goes,
I have yet to be involved in a heist where luck was involved.
I tend to like to spend my favors on surveillance first. So, spy cams, I buy all 3. And that's going to use up 6 of your... does it use up... Yeah, it uses up 6 of your 8 favors. So, you know, at the same time, could you use it on other stuff? I mean, I've looked at a lot of these things, and I don't really see anything that is too much of a help. An extra key card really isn't because of where they hide it. You're going to get a key card anyway. We've got ECMs. You could do that if you wanted to. I tend to focus on those, and if you're going solo, because I'm bringing an ammo bag, I like to take a body bag case to have some extra body bags. So I'll put that in the rear of the car park, and then that will be all of our favors. Spy cams and the body bag case is about it.
Okay.
So this is one of my favorite ones to do, to get used to stealth. In fact, when I was honing my skills and my build and getting used to stealth, this was the mission I did over and over and over again. For the very simple fact that you can lock down the level, which means you can... there are only 4 guards, and since you have 4 pagers, you can answer all the pagers, and every guard will be out of your way. You can also get every civilian in this level out of your way. These 2 guys are actually like sort of a side quest. They were added later. We'll get into them. Ooh, so this guard is outside, and he's going upstairs. It would usually be a great time to take that guy out. Unfortunately, before we do that, our first order of business has to be to see if the manager has the key card on him, or if it's in the manager's office. Uh-oh. That was close. Got sort of pincered in there. So this is the manager's office, as you can see. And he'll either have the key card on his person, or he'll have it right on this desk. And I always, before I mask up, I come in here and check. Hi. Because it's just easier that way. It's very hard to get in here once you've masked up. So we've checked. It's going to be on the manager himself. So now we can mask up. And because this officer is outside, I'm going to go ahead and kill him. He's out of view of the cameras. He just walked out for a little cigarette break. This is a perfect time to take out that guard.
Must be some kind of
if they go here, or if they go into the stairwell to go upstairs, that's a great place to take them out too. You just need to be very aware of if there is a camera on the roof itself, because if there's a camera up there, it's going to see you taking out a guard if he gets too far up. Now, I think that guard... we'll check. But I'm hoping... Yep. That guard was still here. So this is actually one of the best setups I've ever gotten. I wouldn't expect this every time. But 2 of the 3 guards were outside, which is crazy. Usually you have to wait quite a while for them to wander their way out. And we also are still waiting for the manager. I'm not sure where he is currently, but we'll find him. It was also lucky that that guard didn't get a little closer underneath where that camera could see. That's good as well. This is where I hide my bodies. Nobody really ever comes back here. So take all of these. And so once you've established that where the keycard is on the manager, we have to now find the manager. And the reason you want that keycard as soon as possible is because we want to take down security. Ooh. Be very careful of that. Sorry. That was my mistake. You want to be careful of these skylights if they have them in, because people can see and will see you through the skylights. That's the camera I'm talking about. Be very careful of that camera. It's actually pointed at the back stairwell right now. See? See? So if they're in the stairwell itself, you can take a guy out. If he goes up there, you need to make sure that the camera is not going to see you. Security can be right here, and it would be great if it was. Look how easy it is to get there. But it's not. Oh, but there's the manager. So this is what the manager looks like. He looks like the same guy every single time. You can kill him if you want. I don't really need to, because there's nobody here right now. He seems relatively safe. See, so if it's not at his desk, he'll always have it on him. So I've got the key card. That is huge. I'm going to have him follow me. The best way... That's a hassle to have civilians follow you. The best way to do it is to go about 20 feet away. You can't get much further than that, or they'll automatically lay down again. And then just stand there. Don't move at all. Because every time you move, they have to retrack to where you're moving to. So if you just stand still, it's much quicker and much faster to get them to follow you. So now you'll see the spy cams usually spot out every guard for you because they can see almost the entire bank. We only have 1 guard that's wandering and 1 guard that's in the security room. We're going to go just take care of the security room right now. Get that out of the way. As long as a guard is not in view, which it looks like we're good there. Oops. Key card. Get a bunch of shots in.
Nothing. Just fooling around, and I accidentally hit the button.
So it's as easy as that. Now cameras are down. We don't have to worry about that anymore. 1 guard left and 1 pager left. So that's why I like Bank Heist. It's very good to get used to stealth on any difficulty level playing this heist. While we're out here, we're going to go ahead real quick and tell both these guys to get down. Don't shoot these guys because this is a little bit of a side quest for you. We'll get you an achievement as well.
Here they are, just like Rick said they would be. Get them to the van and tie them up for now. We'll bring them back with us when we leave. Rick wants to have a chat.
See, so you basically, once it's clear, we're not going to do it right now. We're just going to take them out of view of the public. But once it's clear, you're going to take both of these guys to the van and just lay them down beside the van. And then you'll have finished the little side quest. I've gotten the achievement for it and everything already. But it's always fun to do. I'm sort of a completionist, so whenever I do a level, I want to do 100%. Get this guy on the ground. Now, where's this rest of this guard? This 1 guard is going to be the problem. And the last guard is always, always, always the problem. Because he does exactly what he's doing now. He'll just keep wandering between the back and the front forever. And so it's pretty hard to find a good spot to take this last guard down. Could you put an ECM down and like shoot him and then try and get everybody down? I mean, yes, you can do it that way if you want. That is risky, and I am all about mitigating risk, even if it requires absolute patience. So, for me, it's worth it to wait until the guard is in a safe place to take him out where I don't have to worry about multiple things at once. Now, the one thing to know, and I would have done it, but I wasn't really in position. This fax room, I'll even run to it, never has anyone in it. And nobody ever wanders here except guards. So, if this guard is the only one left and he wanders into this fax room, you can sit right there and shoot him, and hopefully his body will fall this way, and you can safely take him out in the fax room. This is notoriously known as the safe fax room because of the ability to take out guards instead of waiting for them to eventually finally walk outside. You also want to be... Ooh, maybe he'll come this way. You also want to be careful about putting an ECM down and trying to take this officer out and these people at the same time, because there are panic buttons in this bank, and they are not affected by the ECMs. So, ooh, this guy's in a good spot to maybe go into the fax room, hopefully. So those panic buttons are not affected by the ECMs. They can still run to the panic buttons and click them, and it will ruin your mission. You'll be given away to the police. So it's important to just take your time, be patient, as I've said on levels before, and do it right. I will show you one right now. That's a panic button right there. So if you're not quick enough getting these office people down on their and tied up, then they can run very quickly over to this panic button and hit it. The other location of the panic buttons is in the teller's room. Each of the tellers has a panic button under the desk. So we'll get into how we take the front of the bank down, but it's very important that you're just patient and you do this whole thing methodically, or you will regret it. There will be somebody that ruins your mission somehow like that.
Guys, the thermal drill. Go get it.
Yeah. I guess we could go get the thermal drill right now because we're just waiting on this guy. There's no real need, but it does stop him from saying that. So
Okay, great. I've got that
that's a good reason to go get it. Then I'll just chuck it here. It's close enough. Maybe there's a possibility of taking down a civilian as well. This is also kind of nice to be able to take some of them out before you take the bank down, but it's not really usually possible. This guy's just going to do his thing. And there is a chance at this point I will cut out a lot of what's going to happen here, because my guess is this guy's going to take a while. So probably we'll cut it here and see you guys when he's in a position to take him out. Ha! So it took him a few minutes, but I was able to run around here very quickly when he was in this back hallway and shoot him right before he got through the door, or past the door. This hallway is another spot, once you've taken out the cameras, nobody comes back here. So this is a perfect spot to be able to take these guys out.
Found it.
So now that we've gotten all of the guards down, the next order of business on my list is going to be to get the back offices down. You can always do this without the front of the bank seeing you. You just have to be very careful, and once again, be very careful that somebody doesn't see the panic button right there and click it.
Get down! Down!
Keep the crowd in control.
Down on the ground! And stay quiet. Stay still. Get down on the ground! Down!
Okay, so this escalated a little bit more than I would have liked, actually.
Sit on your hands, hero.
But
Don't move.
I think for now
Stay put.
Civilians can do a lot of
it's
good
under
for you, as long
control.
as you got 'em under
This
control.
guy seems to be in a perpetual state of seeing something.
Hey, what's up with the itchy trigger finger?
I'm going to go ahead and ease his mind and just shoot those people. So this is one of the worst examples I've ever seen of clearing the office. It also even seems like it was glitched a little bit. Maybe he was just right in view where it kept questioning but not ever getting to the fully filled bar. But usually what you can do is get down these people on this side of the partition first and just cable tie them up. Then you can come to this side and there's usually a guy right there, you can get him down. Then you can end with two people right here. You just get them down real quick, and they're usually hidden by this partition, and so all's good. This is a bad example, but if that ever does happen, you need to do exactly what I did, which is quickly come around with your shotgun, your silenced shotgun, hopefully a judge, and shoot them out of view of these front guys. So now that the back offices are down, we can go back outside and around to take out the tellers. This again is where I encourage you to just shoot everybody. We're out of cable ties anyway, so we're going to have to shoot anybody. But even if you did have cable ties here, you can get everybody in the front of the bank down and cable tie them. But as far as the two tellers are concerned, you want to shoot them. Because if they don't listen to you, if you tell them to get down and they don't listen to you the first time, they can just run to the panic button and click it and end your mission. So when you get to this back hallway, the first thing you want to do is figure out which side, whoa, careful there, which side is open. That door is open right there, and you'll see real quick this one is not. That one's locked. So you want to figure out which side is open. And then I'm going to put an ECM down. I'm going to shoot both of the tellers very quickly. And then I'm going to take the rest of the bank down. I'm going to shoot all of them. And then as soon as I've shot all of them in the front room, you need to run outside quickly. And anybody who has seen outside, you need to take them down as well. So that's how I do it every time. It usually works just fine. Here we go. ECM down. Go to bank tellers. Shoot them both. We're going to start shooting everybody here. We'll tell them to get down so they don't run.
If you're taken into custody now, the police will hold you for goddamn ever.
Don't move.
And see, there's one outside. And he's even running.
Down.
So you got to make sure that you get outside as quickly as possible and just like contain the whole outside. A lot of times there's a guy sitting on this bench. This guy may have been sitting on that bench, in fact, and actually was scared off because it took me so long to get people down. So you do want to tell people to get down initially so that they don't run like that. That became a little bit of a situation. But all's well that ends well. Now I'm going to just going to shoot anybody left on the street. There is going to be one more wanderer, and there he is. He just had to trigger. Once you've taken that wanderer down, you have locked down the whole level. There's nobody that can stop you. So boom, he's done, and that's all you need to take over the bank. Now, I've saved one ECM, which is what I wanted to do, and I'm going to use that to open up one of the ATM machines now. These are 390,000 each, so it's worth it to grab those if you can. Then I'm going to grab the drill, and we are ready to drill. Nobody can hear you anymore since the whole level's locked down, so you can basically do whatever. You could throw a grenade right now if you wanted to, and nobody could really do anything about it. Toss the drill.
Nice. Now start her up.
Cool. Now, while you're waiting for the drill, you can be doing a few things. One is clear out the teller room of any loose cash. Sometimes there's some yep, on the desk here. Here are their panic buttons, by the way. If you ever want to see those. There's loose cash sometimes in the manager's room, but I think I got that when I was in casing mode. Yep. Sometimes there's even a safe in the manager's room, so it's worth checking that out. So check for any loose cash, and then once you've gotten all the loose cash, you want to do your little side quest here. You'll take each one of these guys over the van.
Follow me!
Okay, so we've gotten all the loose cash. We've gotten those guys down near the van. So 50 seconds left, and we'll be in here. This is where the saw is now going to come seriously in handy, and that ammo bag. I could saw in and get this other ATM, but I'm going to save it until I've sawed all. I think I can get every single ATM or deposit box in here and get the ATM also, but I'm not positive I can do that. You should also know that this saw has a durable blade on it, so it has more ammo capacity. Its blades go a little bit further. So that's something to know when watching this video, that a regular saw might not go quite as far with the ammo you give it. But we should be okay. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of gold bags. You get a random amount of gold bags each time.
Shit.
I don't want to waste... Actually... I do want to waste it. Okay, so we're going to saw through this. Perfect. Only 2 bags of gold on the table. Not great, but there can be more bags of gold in the deposit boxes. That's why you want to saw through all of these and make sure. And you can see, like... this opens these deposit boxes much faster than a regular saw would. But it's so much easier to do it this way. It takes a lot of time to pick these by hand. I mean, you can do that. But the best way to do it is just a quick click on each of the deposit boxes. I have more than enough. This durable saw is light years ahead of the original. Definitely going to have more than enough ammo to get that last ATM, which is perfect. That's what I wanted, and that means we get 100% of the stuff in here. Just take a little ammo for giggles, and we'll go saw this guy open. So we've cleared the whole place now. All we got to do is get the bags out. We've got every deposit box. We've got all the ATMs. We've got all the loose cash. It's just a really fun mission because of the ability to lock down a level, which when you get to more advanced missions, they just don't allow you to do this anymore. They put, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 guards in, so you can only take 4 pagers out. The higher difficulty levels on some of these missions, they pack them full of civilians, so even if there aren't, you know, groups of guards walking around patrolling everywhere, there are so many civilians that they set off these chain reactions that ruin your mission anyway. So Uh, I recommend heavily doing bank heist at least a few times to get the hang of how you can do stealth solo on any of the difficulty levels, but especially death sentence difficulty, because this is not that different on the different difficulty levels. Besides adding Titan cameras, I mean, there's always 4 guards. It doesn't matter what difficulty level. There's always 1 vault. There's, you know, there's only so much that can change about this level. So that's why I like it as one of my favorite starter ones. But that's pretty much it. That's Bank Heist. Hope you guys got some good info on that. Like and subscribe. And hopefully next time we'll get into a little bit more of an advanced mission. See you then.